It's truly an honor for Paul and all the other organizers of the event to be involved in an event like this and spoken in the same breath as a lot of the other IT organizations and IT professionals that are represented here today. What I'm going to do is just show you a little bit about how, for students that are in the programs currently, and also for people on outside of the bubble, what we do at Hunter in terms of teaching these things in our IT programs. So I represent one half of the IT programs that Hunter Business School teaches, and I'm in the Web Application Design and Development program. We also have a Computer Technician with Networking Specialist program as well. Just a brief overview of those, as you see on the slide here. The Computer Technician program is designed to prep entry-level positions in the fields of computers and networking. Students are learning a number of service and repair techniques to fix hardware and software, build, support, and upgrade secure computers on a small office, home office classroom. Also included are emerging technologies such as unified communications, mobile, cloud technologies, and administration of a domain through a Windows server using active architecture. And Web Application Design and Development, which is the program that I teach. This coding program is teaching both front-end and back-end technologies in terms of, back up, sorry. And using languages like HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and advancing towards programming with enterprise Java, Python, and database design. In addition, we also teach various conventions when it comes to software development lifecycle, website content, internet marketing, SEO optimization, and also security is also discussed. And it's essential for the programs that we teach at Hunter in IT to talk about cybersecurity at the most fundamental level, because even if it's just a matter of telling a student why a convention is the way that it is, cybersecurity is ingrained in the way that we teach those things. I even feel that prior to teaching in this program, which has only been around about 2 years at Hunter, I've been at Hunter for 11, and even when I was teaching in just simply the basic office applications program we had a small class called Internet Applications, where even at the most base user level, I felt it was important to incorporate cybersecurity, because sometimes the vulnerabilities and things that are out there that we're trying to prevent or try to do damage control on the IT side is stemming from the user base. And I would ask a classroom of maybe 25 students, just simple questions like, how many of you all use the same password for every single application that you log into? And 90% of the students' hands went up. So I feel it needs to be taught at even the most base level as well, because cybersecurity is affecting all of us, as we all heard today with all of our speakers. Let me just back up a little bit here, just to talk a little bit about some of the more specifics. When it comes to the CompTIA A+ certification, there's two different ones that we're training for, because I know there's two different slides. This is not my program looking to break, what's that? There's two different versions of it.
The A+ and the Network Plus.
A+ and the Network Plus. So you can see with the domain percentage on the examination, how much of it is related to cybersecurity. You got 22% in with all the other things that are being taught. So it's a big part of it that needs to be ingrained right at the level when they're getting prepped for these certifications. And for the network certification, the same thing. We've got about 20% for the network security level of it as well as the other network operations and things like that are going to be incorporated into that as well. Hunter Business School uses the A+ certification criteria for our computer technology program, and the program has relevant cybersecurity materials interspersed throughout the entire thing. And the new curriculum that they've just started to implement in the program as well. Our school needs to be moving forward with the industry so that our students that are being trained are coming out with the most latest and greatest and up-to-date skill set. They are incorporating new cybersecurity initiatives and things that are in the curriculum as the new curriculum has been rolled out as it pertains to the N+ certification exam also. In terms of the web development program, which is what I teach, which is a newer program that we've only had really running for about in different phases for about 2 years now. Specifically when the students are learning their client-side programming and website design, that's a big part of it also because they have to understand why we conventionally do the things that we do when it comes to data validation or even just simply not using a weird third-party plugin that just seems great on the surface but actually can have a lot of vulnerabilities lying underneath it. Database design and management, very important because that's where all the big data is going to lie. If the right conventions and the right things are not incorporated into database design, that's where a lot of information can be compromised. Content management systems, like using just simply WordPress, which is more or less an entry-level type web developer job. Again, if you don't know the standard conventions when it comes to related to cyber threats and security prevention, it can become a problem just simply downloading or incorporating the wrong thing into what seems like a simple website. And of course, with object-oriented programming, That's where, actually the programs that can be written themselves, that can be considered, hacking programs, we see how those come about. My class, we even built out a very small Python brute force hacking program to see that it's not that complicated. It doesn't do very much, but just seeing the foundations of where some of these vulnerabilities come from, you see that it even starts out on a small level as well. And we teach that it's going to be the same, learning the same fundamentals of cybersecurity, whether it's just dealing with an enterprise level corporation like Apple or IBM, or even if you're a small company that just has like say a restaurant that has a food ordering app like Curbside Thai or something like that. The different types of threats, I'm not going to read every single one of them. Most of you probably have some general idea of what's out there. Of course, we talked about things like viruses, ransomware, denial of service attacks that are happening through different websites, spyware, SQL injection, and we talk about the defense behind them, whether it's incorporating certain conventions or software into the development side, or just knowing those things are out there that the user is going to need to implement those tools also, like anti-malware, firewalls, doing encryption, and even just simply knowing the vulnerabilities and having maybe even just a single person or a team of people that are going to be dealing with it on staff on a day-to-day basis. Also, different layers of cybersecurity we discuss for on-site implementation of the software development lifecycle as it comes down to learning and teaching the programming side, effective firewall positioning, securing the configuration of the hardware and the software. That's kind of where the two programs will kind of come together. And user access controls, setting different levels of permission when it comes to either the back end or the front end, malware protection, and timely patch management, teaching people that when those updates come out and things like that, even on the user side, don't ignore them. They are a little bit of an inconvenience, but people that are looking for vulnerabilities out there, they're banking on that. They're banking on the fact that you're going to be inconvenienced by something, and there will be a vulnerability left behind due to that inconvenience, whether it's not wanting to come up with a different password, or it's a pain in the neck that this password needs 8 characters, 2 of them have to be some sort of a symbol. Yeah, that's a pain. It's a lot easier, a lot harder than it was in the early 90s where you can get away with a 4-digit password. But they're banking on that level of inconvenience where a vulnerability will actually lie. And we want to again thank Paul and everyone else with this initiative to put this together to teach the people that are currently in training for IT that cybersecurity is definitely an avenue that you can choose to go down once you learn these fundamentals, and show the people out there in the industry that there are schools out there like Hunter Business School that are ingraining this idea of cybersecurity even into the most fundamental of the programs that we have out there today. Thank you, Paul. Thanks, everyone.